First of all, good morning, and I hope that you guys had a great weekend. I hope that you guys can hear me well. Today we're gonna start our session. Last week we didn't take any DLPs because I gave you a chance to finish off the ones from last week. Today we're gonna start with our first DLP for this week, which is September 27th. I'm gonna start uploading our DLPs on SMS. I hope that you guys would also check SMS if you have any problems with it. To please report back to me so that I can handle it with IT technicians. Okay, from our school. So today I'm gonna upload stuff on SMS, and I want you guys to check it. I already uploaded a vocabulary PowerPoint, the one that we discussed last week, and I want you to check if you guys are able to see it later. All right, so that I can upload more worksheets for you and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you guys um, our DLP for today, which is September 27th. It's on the screen. You guys can look at it with me and let's try to find the mistakes here. Okay, hey, look at these. It's a Canadian 50-cent piece from 2000. All right, so who could help me find the mistakes in sentence number 1? If you can, please raise your hands and tell me a mistake that you see. All right, Ward, please unmute yourself and tell me what's one mistake that you see.
After hey, there should be a comma.
Good, right? Because hey is what we call like an interjection, and we need to place a comma after it. Good. All right, so one mistake is definitely place a comma after hey. So it should be hey, comma. All right, that's one mistake that we have. Thank you. Any let's see, Marwa. Marwa, you had your hand raised. If you may, um, give it a shot on the second mistake that you see. Marwa, I'm unable to hear you. If you're speaking, I'm unable to hear you. Can you speak up? All right. How about you, Mayana? I don't understand this.
Yes, I'm Zain. I'm sorry, I
Zaina.
was
Oh,
feeling.
okay. So try to rename yourself, baby. So I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I named it Zaina Mahmoud. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Okay, right. It's okay, Z. Please tell me what's another mistake that you see.
Yeah. You can type look at these even though it's 50 cent. So look at this, not these.
Good girl. All right. It's a 50-cent piece, right?
Yes.
So here again, bravo. All right. Here you have look at these. These here is a pronoun, okay, because it's referring to something. All right, because remember these demonstrative, this, that, those, and these, we can see them as adjective, guys, and we can see them as pronouns. And what Zena pointed out here, it's basically a pronoun and its antecedent. And these is a pronoun. It's referring back to the piece, the 50-cent piece, which is singular. So again, here we don't have a agreement, okay, in number. All right, so again, she's absolutely correct. We should change these to look at this. All right, because it is singular to match the 50-cent piece. All right, good job, Zena. All right, how about we go with Rahma? What's another mistake that you see, baby?
Here, miss, it's there must be apostrophe.
Good girl. We need an apostrophe. What is the difference between this it's, the one in the sentence, and the one with the apostrophe, Rahma? What's the difference between them?
Miss, here that it's in the sentence. It must be it is.
Good, all
But
right. This it's without an apostrophe, we use it to show possessive, okay? We show possession with it. All right, it's my calculator, all right? to show
Yeah.
that something belongs to me. We don't use an apostrophe here, but you need a subject and a verb. So therefore, you need an apostrophe, which is it. Apostrophe is, that is equivalent to it is a Canadian 50-cent piece from 2000. Thanks, Rahma. Tala, please unmute yourself and give us another mistake that you see.
Canadian
Canadian.
should
Say it
have
again.
capital C.
All right, so I need you to pronounce it again correctly. Canadian.
Canadian.
Good. All right. So here, Canadian is definitely needs to be what you said. You needs to be uppercase or capitalized. What is the logic? Can you give me why? Why does it should? Why should it be capitalized? Tala.
Because it's
Because it's a proper noun. Okay, it is a proper noun. Any other mistakes we see here? All right, good. All right, so this is it for this sentence. All right, for sentence number 2. Booker T. Washington was born into slavery on April 5th, 1856, on a farm in Virginia. All right, so what do we see here? How about Abdurrahman Subh? Can you give us
yes.
Can you please tell us what one mistake that you see in the sentence? Booker T. Washington was born into slavery on April 5th, 1856, on a farm in Virginia. Can you give me a mistake that you see in the sentence that needs to be fixed?
W capital.
In Washington?
No ثانية واحدة. T not capital.
The T is capitalized. This is his name. All right, his name is made up of 3 parts. Booker T. Washington. So the T is capitalized and it should be capitalized because it's part of his name. It's a proper noun. Okay. Do you see any other mistakes, Abdurrahman? Do you want to give it a shot?
Miss can answer.
1 second. Let me just see Abdurrahman if we can just give him a few more seconds. All right, Abdurrahman, I'm going to come back to you, okay, honey? I want you to look at the sentence. I'm sharing it with you and try to do your best to find something. Who was Adam? Was that you? Please,
Yes.
you have your hand raised. So please.
Do we write this?
Miss,
Yes, please, Adam, go ahead. Yes, you should be writing this. You should be making the corrections.
in April 5, after 5 should be comma.
Okay, can you say April 5th?
April 5th.
Good, okay. So there should be a comma after April 5th. All right, whenever you're writing a date, one of the comma rules is that we should insert a comma between the day and the year, okay? So definitely correct. Thanks, Adam. In the sentence, we do have, okay, we need to insert a comma between 5th, comma, 1856. All right, so this comma is essential. All right, thanks, thanks, Adam. Another mistake, please. How about we go with Genna? Genna, please, can you point out a mistake for me, honey? How about Judy? All right,
April 5,
okay, 1 second. Who's speaking?
Judy.
All right, Judy, please go ahead, baby.
The date have to be capital.
Okay, what is that called? The month, right? All right, the word April itself.
Yes.
Okay,
April.
good.
Month.
All right, it's a month. Okay, the names of our month, they need to be capital because again they are proper nouns. Okay, the word month is a common noun. Any name of a month needs to be capitalized. Again, it's a proper noun. Thanks, Judy. That's a perfect answer. So we need to capitalize the A in April. Thank you. What else is another mistake that we see? One more. Or just one more mistake that we have.
Miss,
Yes?
after the 5 comma,
Yeah, we already answered that here, Judy. We have that first one. I forgot who gave it to me, but somebody answered it, and they have told me that we needed to insert a comma. I think it was Adam, that we needed to insert a comma between 5 and 1856. I have it here as one of the corrections. Okay, how about Marwa? Thanks, Judy. Marwa, please give us another correction to mistake.
It's gonna be was born in.
No, was born into slavery is correct. Into is the correct preposition. It's the correct preposition. We don't need to.
Miss, can I say it again?
Sure. It's right. There's
In a form in.
Okay, let me give you a hint. The problem is with his name. There's one problem in the
Miss,
name.
I wanna answer.
Okay, 1 second, Rahma. Please give Marwa a chance. In his name, Marwa, look at the name, and there's one mistake here related to the name. All
I
right.
don't know.
Okay, we'll come back to you for that one. Ibrahim, please unmute
Miss,
yourself.
can I answer?
No, guys, stop asking if you can answer.
Poverty, Washington, then comma.
A chance. Say that again.
Booker T, Washington, then comma.
We do not need a comma to separate the subject from the verb, unless you have a positive, which we don't. Okay, so here Booker T was born. We don't need a comma to separate them. All right, how about Kareem?
The T after we need to put a period.
Thank you. And what is that called?
Abbreviation.
Bravo. Good job. All right. So
Abbreviation.
good job. This is a middle initial. All right. We call that an initial. And the initial here, like Kareem said, is abbreviated. All right. So if I were to initialize my name, I would say Yasmin M. Elgoyor. Then the letter M, I have to put a period after it because this is an initial. And initials have to be, and you need to put a period after them because you're abbreviating them. So here, Booker T. Washington, the T is his middle initial. Okay, so we call that a middle initial, and the T has to be, there has to be a period after it to kind of like have it correctly inserted. Thank you so much, Kareem. All right, the next one here, we have prepositional phrases that I'm sure you guys know. They underlined the preposition for you, and they need you to tell us what is the object of preposition for each prepositional phrase. Okay, so they underline the preposition into. All right, so I need you to first tell me what is the preposition phrase, the prepositional phrase entirely, and then after you tell me the prepositional phrase, I need you to tell me which one is the object of preposition. Okay, so Jomana, please unmute yourself, and for number 3, give me the entire prepositional phrase. Jojo, can you please unmute yourself and answer that for us? Give me the entire prepositional phrase for number 3. Okay, how about we go with Maryam?
مس هو أعتقد المس ده بس ده جوانا don't review
Oh, Jomana left and she's joining
because
back
she said
again.
in the group.
Thank you. She got disconnected and she's back again. Thank you, Geser.
I think she has bad internet, maybe.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the case. All right, how about Hannah? Hannah Naqib. Are you able to please tell me the prepositional phrase in number 3? Give me the entire prepositional phrase. All right, how about Tahrouk?
Yes, yes.
Can you please give me the prepositional phrase here, honey? Rose inserted the dollar bill into the slot, but she did not get a subway ticket. Into is the preposition. It's already underlined for me. I need you to give me the entire prepositional phrase and then give me the object of preposition. What is the prepositional
slot.
phrase here? Okay, so into the slot.
The slot.
Okay, so give me the entire prepositional phrase first, please. The entire prepositional phrase would be into the slot. Okay, is that Tahrouk speaking? Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. So again, Ahmad here, we would have into the slot is my prepositional phrase. Now, what is the object of preposition? The object would be what? Tahrouk,
Her
please tell me.
dollar bills.
No. Okay, focus on the.
Her
This is
dollar
the
bills.
no, baby. Listen. Okay. Into the slot is the prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase always starts with the preposition. It ends with the object of preposition. So you're not looking at anything in the sentence except for what I have typed. Into the slot. Now, into the slot is the prepositional phrase. It starts with the preposition. It ends with the object of preposition. So what is my object of preposition in the sentence? What is the last word in this phrase?
dollar bill.
How is it dollar bill, guys? It's into
Slot.
the slot. It's slot. Okay, and please stop pronouncing it like this. It should be pronounced slot.
Lot.
It's again, please pronounce it correctly. Slot.
Slot.
Okay, so
Slot.
slot is my object. Thank you. All right. All right. Number 4. Same thing that we just did. I want you guys to do it again. All right. This time, please, let's go with. Okay, Rahma, please unmute yourself and give me the entire prepositional phrase.
Here, the gentle wind replayed over the calm, glassy surface of the lake. It will be over the calm. The calm is the object of over.
Okay, so let's think about this. Calm is an adjective. Over the calm, glassy surface. You have to stop at a noun. Your object of preposition can never be an adjective. Calm and glassy are adjectives describing the surface. Okay? So here your prepositional phrase, Rahma, cannot stop at calm because calm, again, you have 2 adjectives here describing the surface. How is the surface described? As calm and glassy. So here your prepositional phrase is over the calm, comma, glassy surface. And don't forget, guys, that your object of preposition must always be a noun or a pronoun. It cannot be anything else but that. It cannot be an adjective. All right, so in this case here, this is your object of preposition. I mean, your prepositional phrase. It starts with over, which is your preposition. Now, Rahma, where is your object of preposition? Looking at your prepositional phrase, over is the preposition. The, calm, and glassy are all adjectives describing the kind of surface it is.
Object of preposition is calm. It will be calm or no?
Okay, again, calm is an adjective. Calm and glassy are adjectives describing the surface. And my object of preposition only could be a noun or a pronoun. So please remember this, guys, for future reference. Object of prepositions can only be nouns, a noun, or or a pronoun. And put this in your notes so that you guys can always remember it because it'll help you understand and find it in a sentence. Okay? Now, calm and glassy and the are all adjectives, Rahma. So who and what is my object of preposition? Himo. Guys, where's my object of preposition? What is it going to be? Jumana.
Surface.
Surface. Thank you. Okay, it's going to be surface. Surface is my object of preposition because everything that came before surface is an adjective. Over the calm, glassy surface. The and calm and glassy are all adjectives describing the surface. So over is the preposition and surface is the object of preposition. I hope that you guys understand that one. Okay? The last one is how do you write Pola has as a contraction? Okay, and a contraction is basically when you use your apostrophes. All right, Jomana?
Paula. Paula's
Apostrophe?
apostrophe S.
Thing, apostrophe, okay? Apostrophe S, good. All right, Paula has lived in 4 different countries. Thank you. Thanks, Jomana. All right, so again, I'm gonna post this this DLP on your SMS. If you guys can print it and do the corrections on the paper, or if you have done your corrections on a piece of paper, that is perfectly fine. Okay, and that would be our DLP for today. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share here. And the next thing that I want to do is pick up the reading, all right, with you guys, covering the portion that I asked you guys to read for homework, okay? So I'm going to read it with you and we're going to discuss it. And while we're reading today, I would like to remind you and keep that in mind, the idea of that we're still working on something very important, which is this, okay? Your 5 stages of flaw. All right. So when we're dealing with the exposition, all right, we do not forget that your expositions come in the beginning of the sentence. They come in the beginning of the story, and they cover 3 things. Who could tell me again what 3 things can we find in the exposition? Raise your hand, please, to participate with me. Karim, please unmute yourself and give me the 3 things that we find in a preposition and an exposition. We find
the characters and the setting.
good. We find the characters.
And the
And we
settings.
find the setting. Good job, Karim. And what else, honey?
And the struggle that the character is having.
Good, which is called the conflict. Okay, another word for the struggle is the conflict. Okay, this is the term that we're going with. Thank you. All right, so far we filled out the exposition. We've discussed our characters. Can someone name them for me so far? The characters that we have encountered, Rahma? The characters we have encountered so far, baby. Tell me who they are. Give me names.
Miss, Miss, can you say the question again? Because I
Okay.
didn't hear you well.
Sure, baby. We're covering here. We're discussing the exposition, and Karim gave us the 3 things that we can find in the exposition. Okay, and he said that in the exposition we can find the
Miss, can you
characters.
say the question again? Because I didn't hear you.
Okay, so again,
Do we write this in the notebook?
I'm going to post this for you guys. If you I'm gonna post it, so you don't have to write it per se. I'm going to make sure that it's. I'm gonna post it for you guys so that you can have it as a document. Okay. So again, Rahma, going back to you. I need you to give me the characters of the story. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, but Rahma don't
Yeah.
hear you.
Yes.
Okay, Rahma, you're having a
I
problem.
don't think she will answer.
Okay, all right. So
Maybe she
how
has.
about Marwa?
Yeah. Victor
Okay, we have Victor.
and Trissa.
Teresa. Teresa. Again, please say it again.
Teresa
Good. What else?
and Michael Cruz.
Torres. Okay, Michael Torres. Okay, or Michael. All right. All right. Who could give me the setting in detail? All right. What do we know about the setting? Where does the story and when does the story take place? Noura, give me some details about the setting, please. Noura, please give me some details about the setting. All right. How about Muhammad Walid?
The setting is at school.
All right. So we know it's the first day of school. All right. We know it's the first day of 7th grade. All right. What else do we know about the setting, Kareem? I mean, Muhammad Walid. Where are we? In what part of the world are we in?
It's in Francis.
In Fresno?
Oh, yeah, in Fresno, California.
Good job. We are in Fresno, California. Fresno, California. Anything else that we know about the setting?
The cafeteria, where the cafeteria and the homeroom.
All right, so we're generally in school. And what season is it? What season is it mentioned in the story? What
Fall.
season? In the fall. Good job, Muhammad. Amazing. Bravo. All right. Good. And who can cover or touch base on what the conflict is? All right. What is the conflict? Remember, the conflict revolves around Victor, who is the main character of the story. All right. What kind of conflict is he facing? Genna. All right. What is his conflict?
His problem?
Yes, the problem that Victor is facing. Since he's our main character, the story kind of revolves around him.
He liked a girl.
Good. All right. So he is trying to impress Teresa. Okay. He wants to grab
Yeah.
Teresa's attention, and he's trying to leave a good impression on her on that first day of school. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Genna. Bravo. Okay. So here the conflict is Victor is trying to impress Teresa and leave a good impression. All right. So this is his struggle. All right. And he also wants to get her attention. All right. Because he's hoping that they can become good friends. Okay. So this is the conflict that we are facing. Now we're gonna pick up the reading. We've already discussed little things about Victor and his scowling. All right. We already see that Victor is changing and he's doing things differently this year in hopes of grabbing the girl's attention. All right. And we know that he's heard or he caught that or he learned this move from the GQ magazine that his older brother has. Okay. And we know that Michael thinks it's a pretty weird move, but they think that it's a successful move because he thinks that he grabbed the attention of one of the girls. Okay. We also know that the boys they work in vineyards. Okay, and we know that vineyards, from the background that we learned, is a place where grapes, all right, farming for grapes. And we know that also Fresno, California, is very famous for growing grapes because its weather is very applicable for growing grapes. And we know that Mexicans living in Fresno, California at that time were employed on these vineyards to kind of like, pick the grapes, all right? So the boys did that the entire summertime to gain money so that they're able to buy their full clothes, all right? We also mentioned that they compared picking grapes to living in Siberia, and you guys managed to tell me that this is a simile, okay? Because we used the word like, okay? And we understood that Siberia is a place or a country that is very far, cold, and isolated in Russia, okay? So for you to compare, or for them to compare their working experience in the vineyards to Siberia, or to like living in Siberia, it meant that it was not a very enjoyable task, or not fun. Okay, so it's not something fun that the boys enjoyed, or it's not a job that they liked. Okay, so please remember that. All right, so let's pick up. What classes are you taking? Remember, we're on page 300. We're on page 34. Okay, in the literature books, in your lit book. Okay, I typed it for you on the screen, and we are on page 34 and starting line 32. Starting line 32. If you guys can see the line 32, we're there. Okay, so I'm gonna start. What classes are
By
you
the
taking?
way, Miss,
Okay.
I already, yeah, Miss, sorry. I already finished the story. Like,
Good.
I read it all of it. I was bored, so I read it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
I didn't expect it to end like that, but okay, I
Yes,
finished
it
it.
does have a weird ending, and a lot of times students don't think the ending is actually right, because we'll discuss the ending when we get to it. If you guys want to read ahead, go ahead. But I'm not gonna do this with you every story. I'm doing it because this is our first story together, and this is a new book, and a lot of you guys are newcomers. So I want to read it with you, or reading it as we go, so that we could stop and explain things, so that things are not vague or unclear. All right. So thank you, Zena, for doing that. All right. So again, on line 32, follow with us, everyone. What classes are you taking? Michael said, scowling. French. How about you? Spanish. I ain't so good at it, even if I'm Mexican. I'm not either, but I'm better at it than math, that's for sure. Okay. A tiny three-beat bell propelled students into their homerooms. The two friends socked each other in the arm and went their ways. Victor thinking, man, that's weird. Michael thinks making a face makes him handsome. On the way to his homeroom, Victor tried a scowl. He felt foolish until out of the corner of his eye, he saw a girl looking at him. He thought, maybe it does work. He scowled with greater conviction. All right. So we know here now, we understand how Michael feels about the whole scowling situation. He thinks that his friend Michael looks weird doing it, but as he gave it a try, he saw a girl was looking at him, so he thought that maybe it works. Okay, and maybe the girl is actually looking at him because he looks silly or weird. Okay. In homeroom, roll was taken, and roll is another word for attendance. Okay, roll is another word for attendance. And remember, guys, here, as we read, I was asking you guys to connect with the story, which is something that the book wants you to do. All right. And to connect with it means how things that are happening in the story are similar to our own lives. Okay. So, in order for us to connect to the story, we're making connections. Okay. We're seeing how things in the story could be actually the same as things in our own lives. And here we discuss the concept of homeroom, all right? Because in PIS, we also have homeroom. And in homeroom, we also take attendance. So PIS will also have homeroom where attendance is taken. Okay, so this is one way where we could connect. We have less than 1 minute in this meeting. So I'm gonna kind of stop here. We're gonna join back up again. I want you to join, and we're gonna continue reading. that part. Okay. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds. I'm gonna end this meeting now because we already have less than 1 minute, and I don't want it to cut off when we're reading. Okay.